Season 3 of Warzone Pacific has just gone live, and if you're wondering if you should even level up the brand new M1916 Marksman Rifle, the answer is yes. What kind of? The answer is a little bit more complicated than that, and I'm going to break that down to you shortly, but it's also worth noting that you're not going to be using this gun like a marksman rifle. It's far more effective and really excels as an SMG, which I admit is really bizarre. And as per usual, I'm going to give you the best beginner, mid-level, and fully leveled attachments for the gun to ensure you can get more kills at every single stage of leveling this gun up. So let's break this gun down with its positives and its negatives. I'm going to start with what makes this gun really effective, and that's its insane time to kill. In fact, it almost kills 15% faster than the MP40, which is absurd, which is in part due to its fully automatic barrel. And what's even crazier is that the damage drop off for this doesn't happen until like over 30 plus meters, meaning your time to kill will sit at 540 milliseconds until the drop off, where it will sit at 630 milliseconds. So not that much higher of a time to kill anyway. So overall, how quickly and consistently you will kill enemies with this gun is insane. It's also worth noting that your movement speed and sprint to fire speed is really comparable with a lot of SMGs, so you won't be finding this gun really slow to use either. Now, this gun ain't all sunshine and roses. It really does have some major downsides. Its magazine size is only 20 bullets, and if you think it couldn't get much worse than that, it uses sniper ammunition, meaning you only have 40 spare bullets after you use up your current magazine, which, through experience using this gun, means you're only going to have enough ammunition to kill 3 to 6 people before you're completely empty, as you can roughly kill about 1 to 2 people consistently with one magazine. Bearing all this in mind, if you're planning to use this gun outside of solos or duos, I would really reconsider that decision if I were you, as if you get rushed by more than 2 enemies, you're going to really struggle for ammunition. Now, there are a few ways around this. First of all, you can simply just carry an ammunition box, or just get your teammates to drop you ammunition when needed. However, if they're sniping, they're not going to want to do this. So for a quick summary, guys, if you're playing solos or duos, you should definitely be using this gun, at the very least for something different and fun to use, and at best an insanely quick to kill weapon. But if you're playing trios or quads, you're going to have to really adapt your playstyle to make this gun worthwhile, if that is even possible anyway, as you may just run out of ammunition mid-fight or after each fight with another squad. So just before we get into the best attachments though, it's worth noting that this gun is pretty difficult to level up in the early part. So I would focus on completing contracts with this weapon out. That's if you don't have access to Vanguard multiplayer. If you do, just level it up in there, it'd be much easier. It's also worth noting that not all the attachments do as they say they do in Warzone, so it's always worth checking websites such as sim.gg or True Game Data for the exact information on the attachments. So let's move on to the best beginner level attachments. You can find those on screen now. And moving on to the mid-level attachments, you can find those on screen now. And lastly, moving on to the fully leveled attachments, we're going to be taking the following ones. For the muzzle, take the Mercury silencer for increased vertical and horizontal recoil control, all whilst keeping you off the minimap. For the barrel, take the Wyvern 532mm full auto for making this gun fully automatic, drastically increased fire rate, improved aim down sight speed, and drastically improved recoil control. For the optic, take the slate reflector or whatever low zoom optic you prefer for increased clarity whilst aiming down sight, as the iron sights on this gun are pretty garbage. For the stock, take the Fitzherbert reinforced, as it is the stock with the best improvement to recoil control. For the underbarrel, take the SMLE pistol grip for increased sprint to fire speed and hip fire accuracy. Don't worry about the trade-off for reduced recoil control, it's 100% worth it. And for the magazine, take the 6.5mm Sakura 20 round magazine for drastically increased rate of fire, leading to a much faster time to kill. On top of this, it improves recoil control by an insane amount and slightly improves your aim down sight speed as well, which is super useful. And for the ammo type, take lengthened for increased bullet velocity, making it easier to kill your enemies. And for the rear grip, take the rubber grip for increased recoil control. And then for perk 1, take Vital for a ridiculously improved time to kill, as it makes each bullet land that little bit harder. And then lastly, for perk 2, take Fully Loaded for max starting ammo, which is really needed for this gun. You can see the full build on the screen now. Well, if you did enjoy this video or find it useful, make sure you hit that like button. And if you'd like to see another guide for the top 5 easy to use assault rifles, then click on the video on screen now.